As dawn broke over the sacred forest, the holy ashram awakened with divine serenity. The sages completed their morning prayers and prepared themselves for the sacred recitation of the Shiv Mahapuran. The atmosphere was filled with purity, devotion, and anticipation, for hearing the glory of Lord Shiva is itself considered a sacred act. Devotees arrived from distant lands with hearts filled with faith. Carrying flowers, bilva leaves, fruits, and sacred offerings, they approached the temple with humility. They knew that listening to the Shiv Mahapuran with devotion destroys sins and brings one closer to Lord Shiva. Before entering the sacred assembly, every devotee purified both body and mind. After bathing in the holy river and remembering Lord Shiva with sincere devotion, they prepared themselves to receive the divine wisdom of the Shiv Mahapuran with complete purity. The temple was beautifully decorated with flowers, lamps, and fragrant incense. Every preparation was performed with devotion, for the place where the Shiv Mahapuran is recited is regarded as sacred, equal to a divine pilgrimage. Before the narration began, Lord Shiva was worshipped with sacred abhishek and heartfelt prayers. Water, milk, honey, and bilva leaves were lovingly offered to the Shiva Lingam. By first worshipping Mahadev, the devotees sought his blessings for a successful and spiritually rewarding recitation. The revered Guru respectfully took his seat upon the Vyas Pitha. The sacred scripture was placed before him with great honor. The listeners welcomed the Guru with folded hands, recognizing him as the guide who would reveal the eternal wisdom of Lord Shiva. The devotees sat in orderly rows with discipline and reverence. They abandoned pride, distraction, and worldly concerns. With peaceful minds and folded hands, they prepared themselves to listen with complete attention and unwavering faith. Before speaking a single word of the sacred scripture, the Guru entered deep meditation and invoked Lord Shiva. Seeking the grace of Mahadev and the blessings of the divine sages, he prepared to begin the holy narration for the welfare of all. As the sacred invocation concluded, the atmosphere became filled with divine peace. Every heart was touched by the invisible grace of Lord Shiva. Faith replaced doubt, and devotion filled the minds of all those gathered in the holy assembly. Opening the ancient Shiv Mahapuran with great reverence, the Guru began the sacred narration. Every listener remained completely attentive, knowing that hearing the divine glories of Lord Shiva with faith, humility, and concentration leads to the destruction of sins, the growth of devotion, and ultimately, the attainment of liberation. While listening to the Shiv Mahapuran, the mind should remain completely absorbed in Lord Shiva. A listener who hears the sacred narration with unwavering faith, devotion, and concentration gradually awakens divine devotion within the heart. During the recitation of the Shiv Mahapuran, one should maintain complete silence and avoid unnecessary conversation, laughter, or distraction. Discipline and inner stillness allow the sacred wisdom to enter the heart and transform the listener. The scriptures teach that while listening to the sacred Purana, the mind should be withdrawn from worldly thoughts and fixed upon the divine glories of Lord Shiva. Only attentive and focused listening bears the highest spiritual fruit. One should listen with humility, free from pride and ego. Divine knowledge enters only the heart that surrenders with reverence before the Guru and Lord Shiva. Humility is the doorway to true wisdom. The revered Guru explained that the Shiv Mahapuran is not merely a sacred story but the eternal path to righteousness, devotion, and liberation. Whoever listens to it with sincere faith has sins destroyed, the mind purified, and receives the boundless grace of Lord Shiva. Wherever the Shiv Mahapuran is heard with faith and devotion, the unseen grace of Lord Shiva is always present. Though invisible to ordinary eyes, his divine blessings fill the hearts of sincere devotees with peace, devotion, and spiritual strength. As the nectar-like teachings of the Shiv Mahapuran entered their hearts, ignorance, attachment, and darkness gradually disappeared. The minds of the devotees became purified, and their devotion to Lord Shiva grew stronger with every sacred word. At the conclusion of the sacred discourse, the devotees joyfully remembered the holy name of Lord Shiva together. The repetition of his divine name purifies the mind, destroys accumulated sins, and deepens one's devotion to the Supreme Lord. The Guru instructed all the listeners to uphold purity, discipline, righteous conduct, and unwavering devotion throughout their lives. He reminded them that the true fruit of hearing the Shiv Mahapuran is attained only when its sacred teachings are practiced in daily life. As the sacred gathering came to an end, the devotees offered their final prayers to Lord Shiva and departed with peaceful hearts and joyful minds. The light of Shiva's wisdom had been kindled within them, guiding them on the path of righteousness, devotion, and ultimately, liberation. Whoever listens to the Shiv Mahapuran with faith, humility, purity, and complete concentration becomes freed from sins, develops unwavering devotion to Lord Shiva, purifies the heart, and gradually progresses toward the supreme goal of liberation.